Hello dear students, in this session let me introduce one of the most important system of unit which is used for measurement of what? Physical quantity. This system we will call it as a SI system. This SI system is also called system of international, or else we will call it as a international system of unit, or simply we will call it as a system of international. Most frequently we will call it as a SI system. So the next is SI system. SI system. This is also called system of international. System of international. System of international, or we can also call it as international system of unit. So before this we studied about three frequently used system of units. One was CGS system. Next comes what? FPS system. Third one we will call it as a MKS system. So before 1960, the people are frequently using the three system of units. One is what? CGS system. Another one is FKS system, and the third one is of course MKS system. And we Indians are familiar with what? MKS system. I guess you know what is MKS system, in which length is measured in meter, mass is measured in kilogram, time is measured in what? Seconds. We Indians are familiar with what? MKS system. Rarely we use what? CGS system, that is length is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in gram, and time is measured in second. Generally in what? French, or else France, people were familiar with what? FPS system, that is length is measured in foot, mass is measured in pound, and time is measured in second. In general, before 1960, different countries were following different what? System of units. Some countries were following what? CGS system. Some countries were following what? FPS system. Some countries were following what? MKS system. To avoid this difficulty, in 1960, there was a meeting or conference held. What it is? In that conference, all the what? Countries, representative scientists were gathered, and they have taken one decision. Instead of using different system of units across the globe, they have taken the what? Decision that we have to follow one system of unit across the globe. Means to avoid the difficulty, some may be using CGS system, some may be using what? FPS system, some may be using what? MKS system. Generally there was a confusion when you are what? Referring the books of what? Various countries. To avoid this difficulty, in 1960, there was a meeting held. There was a meeting on general weights and measurement. In that conference or meeting, the scientists were taken, representative scientists were taken the decision that we have to follow one system of unit. We have to strictly follow one system of unit across the globe. Andre ella kadenu ಒಂದೇ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಸೇರಿ ಒಂದೇ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದು ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ದ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ 1960. In that decision, they were introduced new system of unit, and that system of unit will call it as a SI system or system of international. So now we people are familiar with, means whatever the measurements we are reporting, generally we are following which system of unit? We are following SI system. We are following system of international as a what? The system which is used to represent the unit of a physical quantity. So ultimately in 1960, what it is, a decision was taken to follow the one system of unit across the globe. That system we will call it as a SI system, or else it is also called system of international. In this system of international, that is in SI system, physical quantities or units of a physical quantities are classified into three categories. The units which are used for physical quantities are mainly classified into three categories. First category of units are fundamental units. Fundamental units. Units of different measurements or units of different what? Physical quantities are classified into three types. The first classification is fundamental unit. Second classification is supplementary units. Supplementary units. And third classification is, of course, it is a derived unit. So in 1960, physical quantities were mainly classified into three types. First type of physical quantities are called fundamental physical quantities. Their units are called fundamental units. Fundamental physical quantities units, will call it as a fundamental units. Second type of physical quantities are called supplementary physical quantities. Units of supplementary physical quantities, will call it as a supplementary units. Third physical quantities are called derived physical quantities. Units of derived physical quantities, will call it as a derived units here. Concentrate. What are fundamental units? Units which are used for fundamental physical quantities. For example, if you consider centimeter. What is centimeter? Centimeter is a unit which is used for length. In which system? Caesius system. Centimeter is a unit which is used for length in Caesius system, or else we can consider meter. What is meter? Meter is a unit of length. Meter is a unit of length. Length is which physical quantity? Length is a fundamental physical quantity. What is meter? Meter is a unit which is used for fundamental physical quantity. Therefore, this meter will call it as a fundamental unit. Meter will call it as a fundamental unit. Last class we discussed the unit of speed as meter per second. Unit of speed as meter per second. Meter per second is a unit of speed. Speed is which physical quantity? It is a derived physical quantity. Meter per second is a unit of which physical quantity? Derived physical quantity. Therefore, the meter per second will call it as a derived unit. So, don't get confusion. Units which are used for fundamental physical quantities are called fundamental units. Units which are used for supplementary physical quantities, will call it as a supplementary units. Units which are used for derived physical quantities, will call it as a derived unit. But in 1960, SI system has introduced units for 7 fundamental physical quantities. Initially, we are having only 3 fundamental physical quantities. One is length, another one is mass, third one is what? Time. But in the 1960, scientists come to the conclusion that there are what? 7 fundamental physical quantities are existing in physics. And they have introduced units for all 7 fundamental physical quantities. What was the main theme of SI system? SI system will provide unit for how many fundamental physical quantities? 7 fundamental physical quantities. You know very well, if you know the unit of fundamental physical quantities, easily we can write the unit for derived physical quantity. But first I will concentrate on fundamental units provided by what? SI system. Fundamental units provided by SI system. What is the meaning of fundamental units provided by SI system? SI system introduced units for 7 fundamental physical quantities, and those units are called fundamental units. Those units will call it as a fundamental units. I will introduce fundamental units in the first step here. You can write the title, that is fundamental units. Fundamental units. Just tell me, what are fundamental units? What are fundamental units? Units of fundamental physical quantities. The units of fundamental physical quantities, will call it as a fundamental units. Now I will write 7 fundamental units for 7 fundamental physical quantities which are existing in physics. It is. Therefore, in the first column I will take fundamental physical quantity, fundamental physical quantity. Next column I will take unit, the unit of fundamental physical quantity. Next column I will take symbol. Generally, while writing the unit, we are not writing entire name of the unit, we are writing the symbol. Therefore, I will introduce unit for how many physical quantities here? 7 fundamental physical quantities. All these units are called fundamental. I guess you know the name of the fundamental physical quantities here. I guess you know the name of the fundamental physical quantities. Yes, what is the first fundamental physical quantity? The first fundamental physical quantity is length. Length is the first physical quantity. Unit of length in which system? SI system is meter. Unit of length in SI system is meter, and its symbol is small m. So this is first fundamental physical quantity and its unit. Second comes, that is mass. Second physical quantity, that is fundamental physical quantity, is mass. Unit of mass in which system? SI system is kilogram. It is kilogram, or else we will call it as a kg. Kg is a unit of mass in which system? Yes, SI system. Kg. Next comes third one, time. Third fundamental physical quantity is time. The unit of time is second. Symbol is yes here. This is third one. Okay. Next comes fourth one, that is electric current. Electric current. Fourth one is electric current. The unit of electric current in SI system. The unit of electric current in SI system is ampere. Ampere. The symbol is A. Concentrate here. A should be small. Ampere, of course, it is a name of a scientist. According to the English, name of a person must start from what? First letter. But if we use name of a scientist as a unit of any physical quantity, what is the rule? First letter should start from small letter. Electric current, its SI unit is ampere, symbol is A. Next comes what? Temperature. Next, fifth one is temperature. Fifth one is temperature. Temperature, the SI unit of temperature is what? Kelvin. Symbol is K. Okay. Next is sixth one. Sixth one is, of course, it is a what? Amount of substance. Sixth one will call it as a amount of substance. Okay, I will write here. Sixth one is amount of substance. Sixth one, amount of what? Substance. Sixth one is amount of substance, and its SI unit is mole. Its SI unit is mole. Amount of substance is the sixth physical quantity. Its SI unit is mole, and its symbol is MOL. MOL is a symbol for unit card, that is mole. Last one, seventh physical quantity is luminous intensity. Luminous intensity. Luminous intensity. The SI unit of luminous intensity is candela. The SI unit of luminous intensity is what? Candela, and the symbol is CD. The candela, that is symbol is what? CD. How many fundamental physical quantities we have? Total 7 fundamental physical quantities. For 7 fundamental physical quantities, we have 7 fundamental units. So what are the 7 fundamental units here, which are called fundamental units? So concentrate on the board and tell me which are called fundamental units in physics. Yes, which are called fundamental units? Meter, kilogram, second, ampere, Kelvin, mole, and candela are called fundamental units. Why they are called fundamental units? Because those are the units for fundamental physical quantities. Even 7 iddava, ee units na fundamental physical quantities use ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ these units are also called what? Fundamental units. These were standard units given by SI system for representation of what? 7 fundamental physical quantities. Being science students, you must know the units of all 7 fundamental physical quantities. Which units these are called? These are called SI units. These units are called SI units. See, for example, if I ask the question, what is the SI unit of electric current? What is the SI unit of electric current? What is the SI unit of electric current? The SI unit of electric current is an ampere. What is the SI unit of temperature? What is the SI unit of temperature? It's a Kelvin. What is the SI unit of amount of substance? The SI unit of amount of substance is mole. What is the SI unit of luminous intensity? The SI unit of luminous intensity is candela. What is the SI unit of length? The SI unit of length is a meter. What is the SI unit of mass? SI unit of mass is a kilogram. From today onwards, you must be perfect in what? Identifying or representing units of all 7 fundamental physical quantities. So next comes, as I said you, SI system, that is System of International, introduced 2 more additional physical quantities along with the fundamental physical quantities. System of International or SI system introduced 2 more physical quantities which are generally used in geometry, and those physical quantities which are used in the geometry we will call it as a supplementary physical quantities. Supplementary physical quantities are the 2 more physical quantities. Supplementary physical quantities are another category of what? Physical quantities represented by SI system. Next I will come to the supplementary physical quantities. Next is supplementary physical quantities. Supplementary physical quantities. Supplementary physical quantities. We have 2 supplementary physical quantities. As I said, how many fundamental physical quantities we have? 7 fundamental physical quantities. Then we have how many supplementary physical quantities? We have 2 supplementary physical quantities. One supplementary physical quantity, we will call it as a plane angle. First supplementary physical quantity, we will call it as a plane angle. And the second supplementary physical quantity, we will call it as a solid angle. Solid angle and plane angle are called which physical quantities? They are called supplementary physical quantities. Concentrate. Plane angle is a supplementary physical quantity. Solid angle is a supplementary physical quantity. What is the difference between plane angle and solid angle? What is the difference between plane angle and solid angle? If the angle is subtended in a circle, circle nalli one vele angle na tagondre, this is called the angle subtended in a circle. Angle subtended in a ring nalli one vele angle na tagondre, then it is called plane angle. Then what is solid angle? The angle which is subtended in a sphere. I guess you know the difference between circle and sphere. Circle ಮತ್ತೆ sphere ಗೆ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಳೆ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಬೆಂಗಲ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಮಾರ್ಬಲ್, ಗೋಲಿ ಆಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಆ ಗೋಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಗೋಟಿ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. If the angle is subtended in a circle, then it is called plane angle. If the angle is subtended in a sphere, ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ angle subtend ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, then it is called solid angle ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. This is plane angle and this is called solid angle. Okay, leather ball, ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆದರ್ ಬಾಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಲೆದರ್ ಬಾಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ angle ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ angle. ಲೆದರ್ ಬಾಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ರಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ angle ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ then it is called plane angle. Here plane angle and solid angle are what? 2 physical quantities, and these 2 physical quantities are called supplementary physical quantities. Okay, units of supplementary physical quantities will call it as a supplementary units. Supplementary units andre enu? Units which are used for supplementary physical quantities will call it as a supplementary units. Plane angle is measured in terms of radian. Plane angle na radian nalli measure ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. Plane angle na radian nalli measure ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. The symbol for the radian is RAD. Then what is radian? A radian is a unit of plane angle. Radian is a unit of plane angle. Then solid angle is measured in terms of steradian. What is steradian? Steradian, generally we will call it as a SR. Steradian is a unit of solid angle. Unit of solid angle in which system? SI system. Radian and steradian are called supplementary units. Radian and steradian are called supplementary units. Plane angle and solid angle are called supplementary physical quantities. Are you getting my point? Plane angle is a first supplementary physical quantity. Its unit is radian. Second supplementary physical quantity, that is called solid angle. The solid angle unit is what? Steradian. So next you consider the information about what? Supplementary physical quantities. Next table is supplementary physical quantities. Supplementary physical quantities. Their units, SI units. SI units of what? SI units of supplementary physical quantities, or simply I will call it as a unit. Then comes symbol. Okay. Now what is the first supplementary physical quantity here? What is the first supplementary physical quantity? First supplementary physical quantity is called plane angle, and the second supplementary physical quantity is called solid angle. Plane angle and solid angle. Okay. SI unit of plane angle is radian. Its symbol is RAD. SI unit of solid angle is called steradian. It is steradian. That is SR. Okay. What are radian and steradian? They are called supplementary units. What are plane angle and solid angle? They are called supplementary physical quantities. So this was the information given by what? System of International or SI system. System of International or SI system. If you know the what? Units of fundamental physical quantities, easily we can write the unit of derived physical quantity. That I will let you know in the next class. In the next class I will let you know how to write the unit for third type of physical quantities, that is called derived physical quantities. Or else we will talk about derived units in the next session. Okay, thank you.